Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear followers, in this series of lectures, today I discuss the powers that are conferred upon the Commissioner whilst conducting the audit proceedings. So, it is a big concern for the taxpayer, especially for the compliant taxpayers, that what are the impediments and what are the regulations as provided by the ordinance to the commissioner whilst conducting the audit proceedings. And in this regard, they face a lot of trouble uh, at some instances. So, we do not go into the thorough detail of the audit proceedings, but we just look into the main voice as provided by the Income Tax Ordinance 2001 for conducting the audit proceedings. So, first of all, the Commissioner is empowered under Income Tax Ordinance 2001 to call for record and documents in writing. So, once the commissioner calls for record in the document, then the right is restricted to the extent of the documents as maintained under Ordinance 2001. So, the commissioner is not allowed by the law to ask for any document which is prepared or maintained other than Income Tax Ordinance 2001. And such call from the commissioner should be for conducting the audit proceedings, not for any other purpose, not for any other inquiry issues. And the time is also stipulated under which the commissioner is allowed to call for the record. That time limit is 6 years. So if the time limit of 6 years is expired, then the commissioner doesn't have any jurisdiction to entertain that issue. So, what are the regulations that need to be observed by the commissioner whilst conducting audit? So, during audit proceedings, the commissioner is allowed to examine the accounts maintained by the taxpayers, to examine the record, and to inquire regarding the expenditure and liabilities. So these are the provisions which confines the right of the commissioner during the audit proceedings. So on the other side, the relevant section also envisages directions that when if the taxpayer fails to provide the document, then what should be done with that taxpayer. Under those instances where the failure is on the part of the taxpayer to provide documents, then the commissioner is empowered by the ordinance to determine the taxable income on the basis of sectoral benchmark rates. So further, the commentary of the relevant section provides stipulated directions for ascertaining the benchmark rates. So that is not the subject matter at this instance. So what if the commissioner finds any anomaly in that record provided by the taxpayer, or the taxpayer fails to provide the record? Then the commissioner is allowed by law to amend that assessment order under section 122 subsection 1 and 4 of Income Tax Ordinance 2001. So this is the power conferred upon the commissioner. Secondly, if the taxpayer thinks that he has been audited by the department, and that full and final liability of the taxpayer is discharged in all respects, then such analysis or such you can say that uh, observation of the taxpayer is not correct, because commissioner is allowed to audit the particulars of the taxpayer again in the next and in the following years. So this is the very wide right provided to the commissioner. And moreover, section 214C is very important in income tax ordinance, which basically does not restrict the power of the commissioner under the section in which the order proceeding is commenced. So these are the main things that need to be kept in mind by the taxpayer at the time of becoming a part of the audit proceedings, because audit proceedings gives very wider power to the commissioner, but the taxpayer need to know where they have to exercise the right, and when they have say no to the commissioner, and when they have to provide documents, because financial matters are of very complicated nature. So the taxpayer need to be aware about the basic terminologies as provided under the ordinance. So moreover, if you need further guideline regarding audit proceedings, my phone number is also given at the bottom of this page. You may call anytime. I will be available 24 hours to assist you. So stay blessed. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.